Hi everyone, this is Michael Condon representing. Oh, that might help. Hi everyone, this is Michael Condon representing the TooMedToo Star Wars Network. We've got your fix, and this is TooMedToo's Holocron House. I haven't done one of these in a while. I started to get into a good, I don't know, rhythm of doing these, and then all of a sudden it just kind of stopped. But um, yeah, so let's see here.
It doesn't take long. It's taken a few issues with
Um,
so
I'm still working on some things here.
and the you can set home.
There we go. All right. No, all right. I got it all together now. It's just my little computer that I was using. That one, the little notebook that I was using that I hated so much, that died on me finally after killing it with everything that I've been doing with it. But you know, it is what it is. So we're on starting on page 52 here. Cuff beer, is that right? Yep, I guess that's right. We're gonna need some of these guys up here. Get any better for you. That's just gonna be about it. So there we are. I'll just let you know really quick. This is brought to you by my patrons. My patrons, we have Rural Farm Boy, Mr. Rez, Chris from Kentucky, Heidi Fetter, Kylo Customs, and Kylo Ren Flores. If you want to join them as a Patreon or a patron, I guess it would be, you can just go ahead over to patreon.com/TooMedToo and join up with them. So yeah, there's a lot going on, but I just want to talk about this book for a little while. Get working on that, so we can chat later or do whatever it is that we do later on. If anybody wants to come on here, just let me know. I'll send you the link. I want to try, and even if I can't do a full one, whatever it ends up being, at least get a half hour, an hour in. Um, Try and work on almost every day just to see what happens. But all right, here we go. Uh, Let me know how that light is too in the chat because I'm trying something different. I'm using my photography lights to lighten the room, and instead of using the regular lights, that way there's no glare, and I can then adjust the amount of light that comes out of the photography light much more easily, or put a screen on it or whatever. But we'll start with chapter 7 is Kef Beer. With the help of Babu Frick, Ray is at last able to decipher the clues left behind by Ochi of Bastoon. Her quest continues. The next destination, Kef Beer, one of the 9 satellites that orbits the gas giant Endor. The Falcon makes an elegant landing in the Kef Beer coastal countryside, and its crew are greeted by a number of Obark riders, curious to know if the new arrivals are friend or foe. Looming over the encounter, dominating the horizon amid a churning sea, is a terrific specter of the past. The ruins of the second Death Star, destroyed at the Battle of Endor, are where Rey must go to unlock the secrets of the Sith. And yeah, we're back on using the actual book and not the Kindle because um I'm not using a Kindle right now. So yeah, let's see one more stuff. But I think we might need a little more light. Let me. All right, that should give it a little bit more light, at least for me to read, so I can read. That'll help out. All right, here we go. All right, the moons of Endor. The Medell sector of the Outer Rim territories is a more historical curiosity than a destination, a place people may have heard about but never think to visit. The greatest claim to fame is that it contains the Endor system, site of the Empire's disastrous rout at the Battle of Endor. After that major victory, the New Republic restricted travel to the system for fear that amateur historians and sightseers might wander into the sector's notorious hyperspace anomalies, unwillingly setting off unexploded ordnances or capture unclaimed war material. The galaxy's attention and time turned elsewhere, particularly to Jakku, which some historians argue is a larger, more suitable gravestone for the Empire. Yeah, I gotta do something with the lighting here because it's kind of dark for me to read. But now you guys are getting a glare off of that, so that's not really working for you either now. How are you getting that glare? Seriously. Where is that? Oh, I gotta wait now for the. It's a little bit behind. Um, yeah, that's too dark for you. Okay, it just looks kind of on mine, but all right, if that's cool for you guys, we'll figure it out. Um, so that was one of the things that a lot of people asked about, or how could this all be here and no one found anything or done anything with it, and was it excavated, or you have people such as Afra going on and doing some treasure hunting and whatnot because it was restricted, and they'd probably just kill you for going out there. I don't know what would happen if you got caught being out there or not. So I don't know, dude. I just that looks like a that moon in the middle, or yeah. I guess that would be the is that the planet Endor in the middle? I haven't gotten that far yet, but that doesn't look like a moon. It looks like a moon, if you know what I'm saying. But, all right, so let's go with this. Let's do the solar system. All right, we'll do all the corners first. So the planet Endor, a silver banded gas giant. The planet Endor is a gravimetric center of the 9 lunar orbits that surround it. Its clouds of hydrogen reflect incoming sunlight, so its satellites turning the world into an effective second sun that is vital for the life supporting moons. The Ewoks of the Forest Moon call this planet Tana. In recent years, the New Republic had attempted to change its official cartographical destination from Endor to Tano to honor the Ewoks culture as well as clear up confusion surrounding the names in the system. It was a low priority item that was never resolved before the destruction of the New Republic Senate. And this was also one of the big points of, I guess maybe you could say, contention. Um, everybody's talking about, well, Endor, it's the planet moon of Endor. What is Endor? How does everything go? And we've had some material about that and how everything works out with Endor, and that Endor is actually a moon or a planet, and then the different moons have different like life, just like the Tano or Tana is basically a second sun for these moons. So the planet is actually the sun for them. That's why these moons all are prosperous when it comes to life, or for you know what I mean, for the most part. Um, so far we got two pretty good things. The reason no one ever went out that way was because it was restricted, and this clarifies the whole mess with the Endor, moon of Endor, what's going on. Even I mean, we've already had it clarified, but this just gives us a little bit more of you know a reason, not just hey, it's the planet and whatever, but now we don't. And knowing is half the battle. Okay, we have a fun fact file over here. The model sector is rifled with hyperspace anomalies that have dumped ships into Endor system from as far away as the Sanasa and Zorbia. The sector's hyperspace anomalies may well have saved the forest and ocean moons from the worst of the Death Star's debris fallout. All right, and then we're going to go up over to here, and we have the legacy of the Battle of Endor. What was engineered to be the I can't read this shit at all, man. Sorry. Let me know how that is if that's too much of a glare on there. I was trying to do it the least I could, but we'll see. What was engineered to be the death of the Rebel Alliance instead proved to be Emperor Palpatine's undoing. Planet intelligence lured the assembled rebel fleet into the attack of the seemingly vulnerable Death Star. The Imperial fleet was waiting in ambush. Rebel persistence led to starfighters penetrating and destroying the Death Star's main reactor. When the Battle of Endor was over, it had claimed the lives of the Emperor's key leadership, including Palpatine and Darth Vader. This is true. Okay. Oh, we got one little thing down here. All right, so here we go. Kef beer. Kef beer 1X3244C. In case anybody ever gets that in trivia, you can not remember, but just know it's a bunch of numbers and letters that go on after it. Earl Farmer will probably come up with some way to remember it. Be like, oh, that was back in 1942, and Joey Johnson lived at 93244C Street. He knows everything. I don't know. Kefir, also known as the ocean moon of Endor, is the second of the satellites that can support life. The Empire disregarded it as a construction site due to the paucity of valuable area found in its crust. Kefir was thus spared an Imperial garrison, though after the Death Star's destruction, it would become littered with debris. All right, so here we have, I'm going to give you kind of an outer view. We have a data file right here on this butt planet. Sorry, couldn't help it, I'm 5. It is the Model sector, the Outer Rim territories. It is 98.951 kilometers. That's not a point. It's a comma. I just didn't feel like saying the thousands, and then it makes me go this whole long explanation, which took 10 times as long and a lot more energy, even though it was a lot more energy. But these days, you never know it's going to kill you. Okay, so there we go. That's our moon. Or that's the moon. Yeah, the moon, or no, shit, that's the planet of Endor. I'm sorry. That's the planet of Endor, Tana, which it also acts as a sun to these planets around here, making these planets actually turn into, or these moons. Oh my God, I'm talking completely backwards. Let's start just. Okay. So the butt planet, Endor or Tana, because we learned of its gases, keep everything in, which turn it into like a second sun. So even though it is a planet, it turns into a sun, which turns these planets or these moons, Jesus Christ, these moons into planets. Even though they're not, but I mean, that's how it works out with everything. But all right, let's see. We're gonna try and do that. Oh, I'm on the wrong screen. If I was recording this or just streaming it live, I could, but I have it on the machine. But okay. So here we go. Up here, we have Endor, where the last war ended. That was Finn. Okay, here we have VX1X3244F. That is the name of the planet, and it is a nitrogen-rich atmosphere rains methane into this bleak moon. I guess you wouldn't want to live there. Then we come over here. Let's see, what do we have here? This is the Endor system. It is not to scale. All right, people. This is not to scale. Pay attention, not to scale. All right, what do we got down here? We have Kokar is an extremely reflective icy ball that conceals a liquid sea. Oh, we got a little baby guy over here. Holmeca 1X3244D, an irregularly shaped crater-packed rock. Holmeca is possibly a captured comet. There you go. Somebody write this down. Who's writing down my questions for me? What is the name of the planet Endor? That's Tana. That would be our first one. And the second one, what planet is irregularly shaped crater-packed rock? Holomeka is possibly a captured comet for the moons of Endor. Trick these people. Gulius. I'm going to leave out the 1X just because, or the IX. It is 3244E. A patchwork moon, Gulius, may have broken up during formation. Okay. All right. I got one more down here. Where's this little guy going? Come in on this. Come in on this good. Cheryl's 3244E. Cheryl's is a dead ball of rock and ice with an iron-rich core. So this is turning out, I mean, except for having gas planets, this is kind of like our solar system. You got one bad boy in there that works, and the rest of them are just kind of crap. Oh, down here, I'll show you too. I didn't even notice this. I didn't get that far. We have a key to the map. All right. Pretty cool. Put this one down here for you. Appetizer. I've got an appetizer over here. 3244H. This metallic moon was excessively mined for the Death Star 2 construction. That's where some of the stuff came from. We already talked about Kef beer. All right, here we go. Where is it? The Forest Moon. 3244A. The Forest Moon is the Ewok homeworld and site of the Battle of Endor. So we kind of knew all that. There we go. Got the butt planet over there too. Got back up. Okay, now we're going to talk about a little bit of Kef beer. I got high for you. There. Okay, right here we have Palpatine's Wayfinder, and that's the top view. The interior contains unknown mechanisms, a pyramidal shape reminiscent of Sith holocrons, dagger-like symbol of the Sith, ancient runes, Palpatine's Wayfinder. This is the base look at it. So, all right. Yeah, go ahead while you guys are on here. Go ahead, just share this on your Twitter and your Facebooks and whatever. Try and get a couple people in here. I know I talked to a couple people. They messaged me and said, "Oh, I can't come," and it's like, all right, watch it on the replay. You know, I like it's more fun with the more people in the chat, but I guess watch it on the replay to keep up is always good. Here we go. We have Kefir. The Endor system was just a footnote in Mendel sector astrography. Astrophy. Astrophy. We're going to start that over. The Endor system was just a footnote in Mendel sector astrophy until the history-altering events there sealed the fate of a galactic empire. The gas giant that dominates the system hosts a necklace of moons, the most famous of which is the Forest Moon, which cradled the second Death Star while it underwent construction, and the satellite shadow, however, is Kefir. The oceanic world was originally chosen to be the battle station sanctuary, but later rejected as unsuitable. Though Kefir avoided being sullied by the Empire, it did not escape unscathed. After the explosion of the Death Star, an enormous fragment of the destroyed station plunged into the Kefir oceans, taking with it what would later be learned secrets of the Sith. See, I can freaking read, people. It was just, I need some lights on sometimes, and stop making fun of me, please. I can't take it anymore. Don't bully me. The Emperor's Wayfinder is sealed inside the Imperial vaults at Delta 46, transient 926, bearing 84 on the moon in the system of Endor. That's C3PO. And we have a picture of Jannah up here, the crew of the Falcon. Do not come to Kefir expecting to find allies or anyone else for that matter. According to every available record, the moon is uninhabited. But Babu Frick knows of the settlement of the Armak riders there and alerts them to the fighters' approach. This thoughtful notification leads to Jannah witnessing the Falcon's rough touchdown, the result of faulty landing gear. So we have Ocean Grave down here, and this is a picture that we all know very well. Decades ago, the sky fell over Kefir. The eruption of the Death Star's reactor core unturned local physics as titanic explosive energies were shunted into hyperspace. The result was that the populated moons of Endor were spared the worst of the debris fallout. No sentient beings on Kefir's surface witnessed the Death Star's wreckage crash into the oceans, for the moon had no intelligent life forms. No scientist recorded the resulting impact or could explain what variables prevented such a catastrophic event from simply obliterating all life on the moon. It would just be one of many mysteries the Death Star would take to its grave. There you go, dude. The canon reason that the Death Star fell and did not do complete damage like everyone was saying it would have done, it's a mystery, man. It just happened. It was the Death Star. That's your answer. It's canon. It's canon. You can't argue with it. You might not like it. You can say it's a bad answer. Doesn't make it not canon, though. So over here we have the Mendel sector. See, there's a little glare on there. The Mendel sector, Outer Rim territories. 3,727 kilometers. Oh, so this is a little tiny guy compared to Endor, I believe, because if you look, is that right? Oh, see, it doesn't tell you over here what Endor is. It doesn't give you any of the dimensions on these guys. I was just guessing that Endor was bigger, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I'll have to check on that. The terrain, it is grassland, island, oceans, moons. Kefpir is part of a 9-moon system surrounding the planet Endor. Approximately 40 is the population. Surviving members of Company 77. And we have a fun fact file over here. The moon's grasslands are home to airbex, swift-footed, can't reach that side, ungulates from the moon plains. Kefpir is the name of the moon, is given to the moon by its neighboring Ewoks. The taxonomic destination is IX3244C. The area of the Death Star wreckage has undergone an ecological catastrophe with toxic spillage from the battle stations poisoning most of the aquatic life for kilometers around. And here we go, right here. We got a little Death Star ruins. Pelted by angry oceans for decades, the Death Star ruins are badly eroded and hazardously unstable. All right, here we go. We got Miss Jana here now. I know a girl named Jana once. Jana was once TZ1719, though she discarded the stormtrooper number upon mutiny. Jana's skill was repulsor lift tech, helped her master the skiff piloting abilities needed for traversing the massive ways of Kefpir. And then over here on Kefpir, Jana leads a fierce band of warriors united in defiance of the First Order. They know firsthand how dangerous First Order forces can be, for they were once stormtroopers themselves. Company 77 mutinied in the Battle of Anset Island in objection to careless orders from command that targeted innocent civilians. This tale lands heavily in Finn's heart, for he underwent a similar transformation on his very first mission. With such shared histories, Finn and Jana have an unspoken bond. Jana's unit have shed their high-tech armor for the rustic life of a nomadic tribe roaming the grassland islands of the oceanic moon. This is maybe something I could look into, because there's been a lot of talk of, they decided to stop fighting and Finn decided to stop fighting. It was around the same time. So what if all these people just decided to stop at the same time? Because we know Finn's force sensitive. What if Jana's force sensitive? What if all these people are rising to the ranks and the resistance, or their own little pockets of the New Republic, or whatever it happens to be? And what if she's force sensitive? That's why she's become a leader, that the force has just kind of guided her that way. So maybe we'll have to look into see the time frame on that one, because that would make a lot of sense. I mean, I don't know. You find out somebody's force sensitive, and then somebody else that has a very strong bond with her is force sensitive. So we shall see. They told us to fire on civilians. We wouldn't do it. We laid down our weapons. That's Jana. She has micro-binocular goggles, a fish leather bandolier, Savage Imperial officer's belt, loose-fitting riding trousers, sandals crafted from cargo retaining straps. You guys know how I feel about some of these descriptions. I mean, I'd have to say the only thing I'm ever really critical of Star Wars, probably the most thing I'm critical about them is when they give descriptions of things on here, and it's like, tell me about her weapon here. Tell me about this thing. tell me her pants are loose fitting, so it's easy to ride. Like that stuff just kind of gets to me. Like, no, you think she's gonna wear tights that keep her from riding? No, that's I don't know. Real Farm Boy just said, "What ifs on Star Wars tomorrow on Radio Rebellion?" Yeah, so if you're watching this live or if you watch it before August 15th at 5 o'clock, get into Radio Rebellion. Your what ifs for Star Wars, and Roberto and I are going to talk about them. I got some other stuff I want to talk about too. The crazy ideas that I have. They kind of go along the ways of what ifs, but so there's been a couple what ifs that came in that are really good, and then a couple that came in that I'm just kind of like, I mean, they didn't say that's not a what if. It's just kind of like, what if this happened? Then it was just a statement, but there's really like their question is answered in what they say. Um, but I guess maybe Alberto can help us out with that and do a little more expand on it to get my brain functioning properly. We'll see. Okay, so here we go. We have a canteen. It has the cap contains desolation, desalination, electrode. Okay, yeah, it has something. I don't know. I'm completely missing the word here. That one's on me. I can't even blame that on the lighting. Zaywire Tusk handle. It's salvage blaster pistol from Western Reaches. Then over here we have a weighted cast net, padded grips, connect hand line, held when thrown, useful in fishing, hunting, or combat. And there's weighted oh, already said it's a weighted cast line. Okay. We have the Orback saddlebag. It is repurposed cargo latches. We already talked about Jana's equipment, Jana's gear, like that of the rest of Company 77, is a mix of repurposed first order equipment and Imperial era technology salvaged from the Death Star wreckage. The company use fishing nets on their skiffs to catch the technological float SAM. The float SAM. So what the hell's a float SAM? And pieces of old equipment routinely wash up on the shores. A gifted tinkerer, Jana finds new life for these discarded pieces, collabing together new roles for old devices by adding to the patchwork appearance of the group. Well, Farm Boy, when you tell me that her trousers are loose fitting for riding, I'm going to be critical of that because, like, you have to be able to give me some other information that I would find more valuable than, you know. Hey, did you know that Jana used to wear loose fitting trousers when she was horse riding? Like, come on. Anyways, okay, we have an IFTS 4800 tracking gun. It has calibration dials, electromagnetoscope, mechanics bonding tape wrap improves grip. Jenna's handheld tracker can sweep the horizon for incoming ships. As a wanted fugitive from the First Order, she stays ever vigilant for fear of being found. The tracker is preloaded with a suit of First Order ship profiles, and many matches instantly trigger an alert across Company 77's comlinks. Now we get over to the other side of Jana. Oh, I got to put this guy on here a little better, I think. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Let's see if I can read from over here. Sorry. The other members of Company 77 trust Jana completely, for she rose to leadership during the turmoil that followed their mutiny. They were a training unit filled with young troopers in their teens who refused to commit a civilian massacre on Ansett Island. The platoon and squad leaders were united in the defiance that fled the First Order fold. In time, Jana would rise up to the ranks through her strength as a warrior and leader. Company 77 eventually settled on Kefbir, finding the island hillside to be home to sturdy Orbaks. The First Order training and discipline Company 77 gave them an edge in taming the wild beasts into dependable steeds. Well, that was a lot of words, man. Hang on. I get a little short of breath sometimes. I'm getting old. Jana from Kefbir, she's a human. Affiliation is Company 77. She has 1.68 meters, which is 5 feet 6 inches, early 20s, and standard years. All right, let's see what other kind of BS they're going to give us. Hopefully, something good. Salvaged armor plate with location transponder. That's right there on her shoulder. You can see it better right there. Finger taped archery gloves. Grapple and line. Jana's grapple has a liquid cable reservoir. When fired, the liquid solidifies into high tension styrothrope. Okay, well, that was my question. What's styrothrope? And they tell us there. So, all right. Company 66, holy shit. Company 77 members have let their hair grow in defiance of the First Order regulations. Visual acuity enhanced by years of stormtrooper training. Handmade tunic made from metal prowler hide. Custom-powered bow made from salvaged blaster parts. Water-resistant cape made from survival terraplane. All right, whatever they said. Oh, all right, we're gonna have to switch this one up a little bit. Nope, it won't let me. Huh, that's funny. Okay, so we'll do it like this then. So we see Jana's bow here. All right, we all got that. It's just a regular bow like that. Comes down to her quiver and whatnot down at the bottom. But yeah, I can't turn this without it doing some crazy crap. I can get most of the picture like that. I don't know. So we'll do the top half first. Jana's bow. Jana knew that Company 77 would have to adapt to survive on an untamed world like Kefbir. Her advanced technology would soon be at risk of failure due to the corrosive effects of the moon's saline environment. She instructed her fellow mutineers to deconstruct their gear to learn how it worked. That way, they could not only repair it, but also make their own tools. Jana herself stripped down a number of blaster rifles to the most functional basics, and from there built her own weapon, a powered bow. Impressed by the durability and effectiveness, Jana crafted several bows and distributed them to her lieutenants in honor to be bestowed with a bow of Jana's design. And then let's do this guy over here. Custom crafted by Jana. It's a powered bow. It is 2.25 kilometers or kilograms, which is 5 pounds. The power system, microcharge from sternum, Darrell arrowhead, titanium power cell and barrel. And a close examination of the strum dowels will occasionally find one with enough charge to create an explosive arrow. Janna and her riders mark these with pigment and save them for when needed most. Janna's bow is dissimilar to ones once crafted by the Night Sisters of Dathomir, who used magnetic suspension of plasma instead of physical bowstrings. Very interesting on that one. Okay, let me come to the side of it. Okay, we have some bow technology over here. We have a positively charged polonizer. Over here is the strap loop, a decorative finish. Very nice to know. A tension bolt retainer. Repulse blaster barrel, arrow rest, final stabilizing magnet focus point, barrel unscrewed to replace power cell, expertly carved hand grip. We have a hand smooth woodruff riser, tension, bolt retainer. Over here, this is going to be the front view of the bow. I'm going to guess you probably don't really want to see that. Twinned tension bolts, Galvian circuitry lined barrel port, stabilizer mount, and we have a tension spring lower limb. All right, people, here we go. We're going to do little pieces at a time, I guess. Steady gaze, observe range, wind speed, and other variables. Anchor point. I can't read from anything. I can't see. I can't see. Anchor point. String is down. Back to chin. Braced hand on riser grip. Taut bowstrings. With ration packs and limited supply, and the meager plant life on Kef beer providing little protein, the members of Company 77 rely on hunting and fishing to fuel their energetic lifestyles. Too bad there's no porgs on this planet. The riders use their bows without power augmentation to clearly kill fleet-footed gazing animals such as cliff springers or shallow bucks, or take down low-soaring avians such as cloud rippers and wanderwings. The sea teams with schools of striped calves and blurbs, which filled the skiffs on a productive day of fishing. Company 777 uses the natural bounty of Kef beer, efficiently harvesting not only the meat, but also fur, skin, scales, bones, antlers, and other materials from the carcasses. We're talking here. All right. This is really a pain in the ass. Janna's mounted archery skills evolved from speeder bike training in her early teens, which required her to fire at targets with a handheld blaster while moving at speed. The bottom of this bow here now, it's going to tell us it has a stabilizer, weight mount, a lower tension bolt, um, bowstring negative polarizing mount. Janna's mounted, or we already read that. Okay, now we got this guy down here. It's going to be a pain in the. But here's our quiver. Let's put up a little more. I guess maybe a little bit more. Um, aluminum nock. Arrows are placed into quiver point first. The quiver. The archers of Kef beer use leather cones for quivers, which they make waterproof to keep their valuable arrowheads dry. Buckle salvaged from broken down first order tech. Oh, that's this guy right here. And then we have a stitched leather strap and resin treated waterproof body. All right. How much more we got for this guy? Um, let's see. Yeah, let's call it a day there. We'll do a quick one today. I either need like an hour and a half to do this or just do a shorty. Um, and we'll call it there. Yeah, quick little pop on there, get your couple pages in. We actually learned some stuff today. We learned about the moons of Endor and planet Endor, also known as Tana, and that there was really only two sentient life supporting moons for the moons of Endor, which were the forest moon of Endor and Kef Bir, which is an grassland island oceanic planet. And there's some numbers and stuff involved in there. I don't remember what they are, but yeah, just a quick little one for my friends. Just say hi. It's been a while since I really did anything. So, I just depends on the day what's going on, and I uh, I have I'm stuck with a cell phone now. Um, this doesn't have anything to do with the book. So if you don't care about anything else, you can just catch the part of the book next time. Um, but yeah, they fried the motherboard, so they have to replace it, and they offered me a replacement computer. They're like, well, it's going to be at least another 2 or 3 weeks till you get your computer back. We can give you one of these computers to replace it. And I'm like, it's a small screen. It doesn't have as fast as a processor. The memory card, it has less memory. I can't, the one they offered me um, came with 64 gigabytes of RAM, but that's the maximum it can have. The one I get back is going to have 64. It's only got 2 slots for memory that it can put memory in. So right now, I mean, the most you can really get is a 2 terabyte drive. I mean, there's more that are coming out that, there's one that just came out that's supposed to be 6 terabytes or whatever. But, the most you can get. So it's like the most I can put in there. If I keep the same drive and add a drive is I can have 3. I mean, I have 5 in mind that I'm getting when it comes back. It's 17.9 inches, I think. And the one that they offered me was 15.3. Hang on one second. Somebody's at my door. Who's there? All right. Well, I don't know who came to my door because they didn't answer, but I had a sense of celebrities answering every bell. But yeah, so and then they emailed me back. They're like, "Oh, well, we offered you this." And then I was like, "Yeah, but if I brought in my Porsche for you to fix my Porsche, and you broke it, and you told me it's going to be 6 months for it to be fixed so I can get it back, and you tell me, well, here, have this Ford instead. Here's this Ford Escort instead." we're just gonna give it to you. You know, thanks. Well, it's not even trade, dude. Like, you can't give me something that's way less for something that's better just because I'm shit out of luck right now. But yeah, so that's where we are. I'm just working off my cell phone. But yeah, Rural Farm Boy went out shopping for an iPad today. Didn't come home with an iPad. Rural Farm Boy, don't buy an iPad right now. Wait a couple more weeks. They're going to be going on sale. That's what I've been waiting on. They're going to be going on sale for back to school. Depending on where you live, they might have already gone on sale for back to school. But they usually go on about 2 weeks to a month before people go back to school. So it should be any day now. I'm waiting to see an ad, and then I'm off to buy my new iPad. But yeah, but then once everything gets back and going good, I'll have, you know, a top of the line computer and iPad and top of line phone. So all my cameras should be good. Work those out, and you know, start doing a little bit more. Start doing a little bit of streaming that's not Star Wars rated onto the Live It. You know, just for a little bit more whatever. I'll tell you guys where that is once that starts happening. But that's just gonna be me just BSing and rambling because people actually want to come and hang out with me for that. So cool, man. But yeah. That's pretty much it. This is a short one. We got I already said, but in case you're hopping in late, or some reason missed it while you were watching the replay, on August 15th, 2020, Michael Condon of the TooMedToo Star Wars Network is going to be on Radio Rebellion, hosted by Alberto, at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're just going to go talk about some craziness and whatnot. So mail in your what ifs. But always remember, when you give me a what if I don't answer it? Because I don't feel like it. With that, that's a good day. May the Force be with you always.